Here, chickies. Morning. You guys ready to come out? Or is it too chilly for you today? Come on. Good morning. Morning. Come on out. You want to help me go plant some pecan trees? Huh? It's a beautiful winter morning. Yeah, let's go do that. So it is a beautiful winter morning out here. I've already been out going ahead and digging the holes for a couple pecan trees. And I've got one more on order. Luckily, we have a lot of land. Not a lot, I shouldn't say that. We have probably a solid acre in the back that's just wide open space. And we haven't done anything with it, and I'm kind of over that, obviously. So what better use than to plant some big shade trees for the Kansas sun. I'll show you here. Oh, I got a buddy coming to visit me. Hey, DC. How are you? Doing good? Anyway, the only fruit tree we have at the moment, which is going to change this summer for sure, is this peach tree, which has given us fruit. Unfortunately, last year we had a really late freeze, so we didn't get any, but I had plenty from the year before. And I don't know if you can see this here. Let's zoom in here. It's already starting to bud a little because of this crazy winter we had. So hopefully that stops. We're supposed to get a little bit of a cold snap and some snow. So I'm hoping that stops. That's not the only tree. We have other trees that are budding too. In the back of our property, like I said, we have plenty of room. We're wanting to get some apple trees, which can be planted along this little row here. Come on, you wanna go help me? Chickens abandoned me, looking for greener pastures. Anyway, I was at my local farm store yesterday, and they had Stewart pecan trees, dirt cheap. And while I know I'm a little far north potentially to get a really good crop out of those, they'll still grow to be beautiful shade trees. And I do have a Pawnee that is very much suited for our climate on order. So I think we'll be good in the pecan department. As you can see, I've already dug the hole, which the cat is now going to use as his bathroom. Okay, let's not watch that. Yeah, I'll have to clean that out first. Well, maybe if it's just fertilizer, who knows? We'll see. Anyway, where that soccer ball is, we'll have another tree, and then out there in the distance where I dug the other hole, that'll be the third tree. Stewart's pecans are type 2 pecan trees. So pecan trees have both female and male sex organs. For type 1 trees, the catkins, the male organ, release their pollen before the females come into fruit on that tree. And then for the type 2 trees, the females flower first, and then the males flower and release their pollen after. So you need a type 1 and a type 2 within preferably, a short distance. Short, when I say short, I'm talking hundreds of feet, but of each other to get a good crop. If you don't have that, if you just plant two of the same type, you're never going to get fruit from your trees. So that's why, like I said, Stewart is a type 2, and I've got 2 of those because, again, dirt cheap at the local farm store. And I've got a Pawnee on order, and so I will be set on the type 1 and type 2 and be able to get fruits from those trees. The type 2 trees, you can tell the difference if you've got an actual pecan tree. The catkins, the male sex organ, are long and thin, whereas on the type 1, they're short and fat. So there is a definite difference between them, even visually, once you have a tree up, if you don't know what you have. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and plant these and show you the finished product when I'm done. Okay, first trees in the ground, staked and tied to the stake. It's kind of hard to see back here with all this wire, but there. And then I've got it protected by wire. I'm probably going to go run to the store, farm supply store, or big box hardware store, and get a tube tree cover. We do have a herd of deer in this area, and I had planted an apple tree a few years back, and they ate it to the ground when it was little. Live and learn. So, I mean, they have plenty of other opportunities, but that was just a tasty little morsel for them. So, like I said, I'm gonna make sure these are well protected by tonight before dusk. Also, when you're planting pecan trees, you need really well-drained soil. We live up on a hill, Auburn Hill Homestead, so I am planting actually on the top of the hill. The pond that we have, it's a little weird. We did not put that pond in. It is a well-fed pond because, again, we live on a hill. So our trees back here, everything, it has really great drainage. That won't be an issue. I've planted them, walked it out, I've planted them minimum of 40 feet apart, so that won't be an issue. There are no power lines anywhere around because these trees can grow very tall. These are not small trees. It's not just something to put in a little neighborhood backyard. You need space for them, so do your research on that. There are dwarf ones, but again, just know what you're planting before you plant it, or you can have a big problem on your hands. So, and then also, I don't know if you see behind me here, back over there, it's hard to see, but anyway, back over there, I do have a water spigot from the well, so I can easily come out here and water these so that they can establish a good root system. And then, like I said, you're supposed to plant these in the winter. That's when they've been grafted and cut off and sent to the stores. And the ground, luckily, with the weather we've been having, to dig those holes, that was the easiest, and not just winter easy, the easiest time I've had to dig up holes in years. It was crazy. The ground was just, the soil was nice and loose, and the shovel just slid right in and came out. So hopefully they will have an easy enough time and take root. So I'm going to go ahead and finish off the second one and meet you back here. Second one is all planted, staked, covered around. I went ahead and watered both of them, mounded up the dirt a little more on both of them. Another thing that I forgot to mention earlier in regards to how pecan trees thrive, how they thrive is you not only need well-drained soil, they also need full sun, which, as you can see in our wide open pasture back here, we have that. And they also need room for airflow between trees. So you need to have that space, not just so they can, they need to grow wide enough to have the space and also have air flowing in between, because they are wind pollinated. So in order to get the pollen from one tree to come over to the other, you need to have that space, that ventilation, so that they can properly pollinate. So anyway, I checked that last hole to see if the cat had done anything in there, and I guess he got camera shy and it hadn't happened. So I'm gonna wait for that third pecan tree to come in and we'll plant it and we'll be good to go. Now, there's a better picture of our spigot that's really close for irrigation. I'll come out here every few days if we haven't gotten rain or snow or anything, and water, and hopefully they take root. You do not, on bare root, this is called bare root trees that I got, you don't put any fertilizer or anything on them until later on, once they've established their root growth, because it could damage them. Now, potted pecans, you can go ahead and fertilize those when you plant them, but I'm not going to fertilize them yet. We're going to just hope they take root. So in case you guys haven't figured it out, I try to release videos at least once a week. Sometimes we'll shoot for 2. So hopefully this week we'll get 2 out. But I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and we'll see you soon.